What's going on? Got a review for you. V-MODA M-100. Highly portable, wonderful sounding headphone. This one completely has blown me away. For the $300 price point, it really fills that groove of good sound quality to portability. Somebody who's on the go, who needs something that can pack up in a small package, but still sound really good. You know, there's a certain trade-off you have to have when you're dealing with a portable headphone, and this, V-MODA nailed it with this one. I can't seem to find a decent portable headphone, but for this time, I mean, look at this in my hands. It packs up that small, and yet it's solid as a rock, and highly portable, and sounds great. It doesn't sound like the greatest closed can desk headphone, but you get what you get. You get something that can pack up to this small, so you have to consider that when shopping for a portable headphone. Design-wise, they have these great hinges. They call them click fold hinges, and they're all metal construction. Just a wonderful, pleasing aesthetic to them when you click. It's almost Apple-like. It has that feedback that you would expect from an Apple product. That. They don't make noise. They're not flimsy. These plates, you can actually get customized plates from V-MODA. You can get solid colors if that's what you want. They will actually laser engrave and etch these for you with whatever kind of clip art graphic you want. It just has to be a high contrast, two-color graphic. These are the V ports, I believe he calls them, and they are definitely to let that air in for the bass. The headphone jacks, there's one on each side. I currently have the V cork in the left-hand side. I put my cable in the right-hand side, and you can actually share the sound out of these headphones. So I could plug into the right side and be listening to my music, and I could have somebody else plug their headphones into the left side, take my cork out, and they can hear what I'm listening to. So that's a pretty cool feature that V-MODA's enabled. They know people will be traveling with these and probably wanting to share music and everything else. Very strong metal arms on here. These things only weigh 280 grams, so it doesn't take a lot to keep them on your head, and this clamping force is what I've found to be sufficient. Now a little bit more about the design aspect as far as the cables go. It comes with two Kevlar shielded cables. This is the one with the Apple remote. It is just a single button Apple remote. Let's see if I can get a better shot of this thing. There you go. And yeah, it's a pause play, single shot, and double tap for next song. Works very well. This cable is fairly high quality. The only thing I've noticed about these cables is this Kevlar shielding has a tendency to give you some microphonics off of clothing. It's a lot worse with stuff like flannel, of course fabric material. But yeah, it's not bad. Comes with a snap-on 1/4-inch adapter, this guy right here, and it's also got the SharePlay cable. This cable enables you to plug into your source and then take another headphone and plug into here, and allows you to have two pairs of headphones listening to the same source. Like what I was saying with the jacks on the bottom, you can do it that way, or you can just use the SharePlay cable. It makes it really easy for two headphones to listen to one source without having the awkwardness of a line coming out of the other side of your headphone. The headband is all metal. It's a steel flex headband. This is almost a suede material. It says like a suede leather with a little bit of padding under here. I was really concerned at first about the comfort level, but that has since gone by the wayside, and that kind of gets into comfort a little bit. From the factory, right-hand side pad was a little bit flatter than the left-hand side, and I was noticing my ear was touching the the driver in here. And I was a little worried about that when I was first wearing them. I did a little bit more studying and figured out that people were actually doing this paper towel mod. I tried it out, and the sound was okay. It changes the sound quality a little bit, but I wasn't a big fan of it. It did increase the depth in here. I'll go ahead and show you what I did. So you actually make these little paper towel strips, and you shove them up in underneath here, you know, way up underneath so you can't even see them in the headphone. And that creates a gap in the padding underneath here, and it enables your ear to have more room so you're not touching this driver. That little padding in there for a couple days was enough to keep it out. So I never again had that issue where I was touching the driver. So if you have above average size ears like myself, you might think about putting those paper towels in here and trying that out. Definitely helped me. And the comfort for the headband, this guy was a little tight when I first got it. This headband is actually adjustable. You can flex it. I can take this thing, and if this clamp force is too hard, because these headphones are held on just by the clamping force. There's not a lot of resting up on the top here. They're going to be held onto your head simply by this grip right here. And mine were a little tight. I was noticing my ears were starting to hurt a little bit after about an hour or so. So I took the headband. Make sure you do it this way. Do not grab the ear cups and stretch it like that. You're putting a lot of pressure on these plastic covers right here if you do that, and I've actually seen some fracture online. So that's probably the weakest point of this headphone are these plastic sections right here. This is metal underneath here, but the metal rubs up against this plastic and is actually screwed into it. So you don't want to do that. Grab the band right here. This is the strong point, and flex it outward like that, and you do that a couple times. Severely reduces the clamping force. You can almost see it right here. I'm not having to pull as hard to get clamping force. Then they just kind of rest on your ears, but they don't really drag on your head. I can see why V-MODA didn't include a ton of padding right here, because you don't really need it. They just did a great job with comfort, and compared to the size and portability of this thing. These are a very nice leather material. I don't know if it's pleather or not, but it's very soft. Some of the softest pleather or leather out of any of the headphones I've felt. This is memory foam on the inside, however. It's a fairly firm memory foam. I think that's part of why the comfort's so high up there. You know, it doesn't totally collapse on you like a lot of other memory foams do. Getting into sound quality, these things blew me away out of the box. First of all, I didn't notice any burn-in time whatsoever. I mean, they sounded wonderful straight out of the box. It was a very welcoming sound. There's a few different genres that don't really do well. I will go ahead and name them. A lot of rock, unfortunately. A lot of country, unfortunately, doesn't do well with these. Everything else, I mean, you throw pop, any kind of dance music, rap, hip hop, all that, it just sounds amazing. I mean, these are one of those headphones that I simply just make a playlist for, because all that music sounds so good on it. It's just my go-to headphone for that kind of stuff when I feel like listening to it. For a portable headphone, you're not expecting the total high fidelity sound experience that I get with a open back headphone and the Modi Magni amp combo over here. It's not like you're hauling that stuff around with you. So you have to take it for what it is. And these do a wonderful job at that high quality sound while providing portability. Considering how small these ear cups are in a closed back design, the sound stage is absolutely amazing out of the box, and gets even better when you amp it. With the E11, it enhanced it quite a bit, and with that, the shit Audio Magni, it sounds absolutely amazing. I can't go on enough about how well this separates the soundstage for being such a small design. These are 50mm dual diaphragm drivers. They have a bass kick unlike anything you've probably heard. The highs are extremely crisp. Some of the best treble I've heard stock out of a headphone without having to EQ it. It's just crisp. I've done some A/B testing with a lot of other headphones with this one, and it always comes back to surprise me when I start going over the highs again. The mids, a lot of people argue they're kind of recessed. However, I really do think that it's just the lows bleeding a bit into the mids, because it's those low vocals and medium to low instruments that get kind of overwhelmed sometimes by the low end. So I think it's more of a bleed issue rather than a recessed issue. I'm not really sure on the science of it, but that's just my opinion. The punching low end bass, like I said, these sound amazing with rap, hip hop, and dance music and all that. I can't get over how good they are for those genres. The noise isolation, extremely good. For a passive headphone, just amazing. These ear pads just do a phenomenal job at isolating the world from you and making sure that the world can't really hear all of your music. I mean, for a portable headphone, that's kind of important to me. I actually tried these out in a coffee shop and was blown away. I mean, it's a very busy place, very loud coffee shop. I really enjoyed the attention to detail, the quality materials, and just awesome design that they've put into this. Do not hold back. If you're thinking about buying this headphone, you will not be disappointed. Thanks for watching my review on the V-MODA M100. Go ahead and like, subscribe, and check out my channel. I've got some great headphone reviews coming up that I'm testing out right now. A couple more unboxings, and I will catch you guys later. Thanks for watching.